Normally I associate music that tries to sound violent as goth, and just not very good. But there's something about the fact that the music is more overwhelming than what he's singing.
Well, we were just a school band. I mean, Pixies were... We'd talk about travelling up to London to see the Pixies and the Throwing Muses.
The look on everybody's faces when they turn around at the end of the song and there's blood all over their faces and whatever. And it's just really friendly and really chilled out and really happy, and everybody feels like they've totally got something out of their system. That was the first decent gig I ever went to, I think, really. It was the first one where, you know, I came out at the end of it thinking, well, that's just... what's the point, really? I just thought it was the sexiest record I'd ever heard. Just on the face of it, Surfer Rose is sort of... it's like a horror record. It's really, really, really fucking violent.
Some of the Surfer Rose stuff that I remember just being too shouty or too near white noise. But there's so much going on in there that it's... now it can really hold my attention.
And the way that drums sounded on that record.
There's something desperate about the way Joey plays, where it's just striving to get something out of this instrument. It's very, very brutal and yet really original, and just he's making sounds by how he's attacking the guitar rather than using electronics or gadgetry to change the sound of it. One of the reasons we don't use guitars much anymore now is because, you know, there are only a handful of Pixies albums, and you kind of can't keep copying them, which it feels like is what we've done for so long.
When Doolittle came out, it was just like everybody jumped on the dance floor as soon as you played Debaser, which is like weird.
Monkey Gone to Heaven is just something about the way it just shimmers and sounds like a very shiny recording.
I had this particular image of them in my head as really nasty, little vicious little people about this big. Is she really going to manage to keep that fag balancing on the end of her bass till the end of the track? I saw them when they did the Bossa Nova stuff, and I really, really love the surf stuff for some reason. It's not like you can cover Pixies songs, really. You know, you can't, it's impossible. Because they're so individual, they come from such a one-off place. I mean, it wasn't sort of like, hey, aren't they great musicians? It was about what they were sort of able to create.
All their songs, all the Pixies songs are just so wonky and so, you know, not just lyrically, but even the rhythms and the length of everything. It's never, it's all quite taut, it's all quite condensed music as well.
It's educational, which is brilliant.
Trompe Le Monde has just has the sound of a band that hasn't given up and is just, you know, is still looking into new things.
It doesn't feel like they're flailing around ever, which is like quite scary. You like normally you expect bands to sort of struggle a bit when they go off in certain ways, and it didn't feel like that. Whether a Pixies band could happen now. Well, you'd have to be that good for a start.